This is your new home.
And don't make a mistake you'll regret. This house won't run without me.
Em, turn the water off.
I'd like to, Mom, only there's no water coming out.
Don't bother unloading. This is not my furniture.
Bugs? You mean we got bugs?
All right, who are you? What are you doing here? And when are you leaving?
You sound like you're planning to split.
I've been thinking about it.
This may come as a big surprise to both of you, but it hasn't been all that easy for me either.
Winds of change are always blowing. One day they may catch our sail. We take courage in the knowing. Together, 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 we're never apart. Love is harmony. Love is family. Love is you and me. Love is you and me. And here is where the love is. Yes, here is where the love is. Right here is where the love is. For us all, where the love is. For us all.
Good morning, ma'am. This is our Aunt Jemima Buttermilk Complete pancake mix. Ma'am, our Aunt Jemima Buttermilk Complete has more buttermilk, makes lighter pancakes. This has more buttermilk than any other mix. Any other. How do I get to these people? I know. You can't deny it's a great pancake.
What kind of pancake is that?
Aunt Jemima Buttermilk Complete. You can't deny it's a great pancake.
Metropolitan really stands by you.
I'm running a small business and a large family by myself, and Metropolitan really stands by me.
If Joey goes to medical school someday, I'll be glad I'm insured by Metropolitan, because Metropolitan will really stand by me.
We planned early for retirement, and Metropolitan really stood by us.
For insurance for retirement, home, car, health, and life.
Metropolitan really stands by you.
Back in New York. Excuse me, sir. When do we get to the main part of Tahoe?
We just passed through this.
You're kidding.
Come on, Deborah, give it a chance.
How can I? I didn't even see it.
This place reminds me of Lake Como.
Where's that?
Italy.
Bill, pay the cabs, okay? I won't be long.
All right.
Remember, Bill's in charge.
Thanks. Keep the change.
Yeah, you bet. Lots of luck.
Bill's in charge.
What's eating you?
Your mom makes the plane reservations, buys the tickets, hands me the money to pay the cabbies, and then she tells me I'm indispensable. I'm a babysitter to 2 little kids and a dog.
Well, give it time. You just walked into this family.
We'll work on it, okay?
Well, it's easy for you. You were just bumming around. I left everything behind in New York, especially my boyfriend, George.
Well, come on. Let's see if we can't find you another one. Maybe he has a sister for me.
Sorry about the delay, Mrs. Miller. File got misplaced. Here we go. Miller, Jake and Shirley. Joint tenancy. I'm afraid I can't file these documents without both signatures, Mrs. Miller. When does your husband arrive from New York?
Mr. Palmer, haven't you been notified? My husband passed away several months ago.
Oh. Oh, my. Well, that does complicate matters. Condolences.
Thank you. Hope this isn't taking advantage of your famous California hospitality.
Really, it's no trouble at all. Practically right on my way, as a matter of fact.
The brochure your father showed us didn't do the place justice.
Maybe we should have moved into the brochure. Looks kind of old, big, spooky. Who used to live here? The Addams family?
Now, this is what is known as the master suite. Kind of a fancy name for a plain old bedroom, isn't it?
Mrs. McHenry.
No, just call me Charlotte.
Charlotte, I don't think I'll be able to afford...
Mrs. Miller, the previous owner, a nice old couple in their 90s, paid me till the end of the month. You have until then to decide whether or not you want me to stay. And don't make a mistake you'll regret. This house won't run without me. I thought this room might be nice for the little one.
I'm 8.5.
Oh, as I was saying, this room would be perfect for a young lady such as yourself. Knew you folks were coming today. Got a call from the moving van people about your furniture. They said something about being just outside of Texas.
Texas?
Well, now, I don't know if they were going into Texas or coming out of Texas. Engine trouble, they said. Now, this room is a mite larger than that last one, but I thought it would work out fine for the boy and that animal.
His name is Oregano.
Italian, is it? Well, you just make sure you clean him good before you bring him in. I don't want tracks all over my clean floors. Well, my floors till the end of the month, that is. Now, this is the second bathroom. Toilet runs a little, so you have to jiggle a handle after every use. And here is another bedroom. Used to be the sewing room. But I suppose somebody could sleep in it if they wanted to.
Deborah?
Talkative, isn't she?
She has her moods.
I thought she was about that age. You know, I wasn't expecting 4 kids. So I'm afraid you're going to have to take the leaving, son. Now, this room down here needs the most work. But it's private.
Well?
There's some other things you should know.
No, Reagan, I'm not there. Charlotte will kill you.
You'll need a housekeeper, and you'll find I'm very reasonable. Oh, I took the liberty of changing the utilities over into your name.
Thank you, Charlotte.
Now, my room's right here on the left. Nothing fancy, but I don't need much.
Mom, there's not enough room in that closet for even half my stuff. Mom, I'm gonna take Oregano on a hike. Mom, what am I gonna do? Mom, do you remember where I packed my encyclopedia?
Tomorrow is my day off, so I'm going over to my sister's. Now, the number's in the kitchen by the phone. And, you know, moving into a new house is a lot like going on a honeymoon. You don't want a lot of strangers gawking at you. See you folks later.
Your encyclopedia is on the moving van, and yes, Ham, you can take Oregano for a hike nearby. And Deborah, either you thin out your wardrobe or learn to put more things in less space.
I gotta write George about this.
What's with her?
Adolescence. It's getting late. Tomorrow's a big day. I want every room spotless before the furniture arrives.
Isn't cleaning this place what's-her-name's job?
Her name is Charlotte, and tomorrow is her day off. And this is not a place. This is your new home.
I think I'll write George a letter. I didn't know that creep George could read. Mom, make her stop.
Both of you stop.
But George is a creep, Mom.
I know you know, but your sister. Love is blind. All right, kids, it's time for bed. Good night, honey.
Night, Mom.
Good night.
Night, guys.
Night. Come on, Oregano.
You know, we're going to have to get acquainted, you and I. We know so little about each other.
I suppose so.
Anytime you want to talk anything out or you need anything.
Sure. Thanks.
Well, it's a little different than living in a New York brownstone, isn't it?
I'm more used to flats in Paris.
I had a quick look at your room. A little paint, a few pictures, maybe even some posters. I think it'd be very nice.
Look, you don't have to go to any trouble on my account.
Why not, Bill?
Well, when I split from my mother and hitched up with Dad and you guys in New York, I never planned on anything permanent.
I see.
The only reason I hung in this long is because Dad died. Figured I'd stick, you know, in case you needed some help. But you got things under control. No reason me taking up your space.
We have an abundance of space, Bill. When do you plan to leave?
I don't know. As soon as I figure out where I'm going, I guess.
Bill. There are a few things that I don't have under control. And one of them is I'm going to have to buy a car very soon. I sure would like your help in picking one out.
Yeah? Okay. You just shout when you're ready. Night.
Night.
Sounds terminal.
Em, turn the water off.
I'd like to, Mom, only there's no water coming out. Just noise. Hot noise, a cold noise.
Bill, it's time to buy a car.
I'm telling you, this is the one. Flawless body, smooth lines, plenty of zip when you need it.
Bill, it would take a shoehorn to get all of us in that car.
Sure, it might be a little tight, but him and Michelle are small. They don't take up much room. I'm telling you, the station wagon's a 5-door mistake.
But it's the one I can afford.
I can't believe this. Why'd you ask for my advice if you're not going to listen to me?
Bill, I have listened to you, but I have to do what's practical for the family.
Maybe I better just keep my opinions to myself from now on.
Bill.
Hi, folks. Find something you like?
Yeah, one of us did.
Now, this is a fine automobile.
Bothering. Never get a chance to wear this stuff again. Silk blouses and rodeos do not mix.
Your mom is too much.
Mom!
In a minute, Deborah. Whatever you do, don't give up, Michelle.
What am I supposed to do with this?
Well, tell me what it is and I'll let you know.
Plaster from the ceiling.
Honey, put it in a safe place and I'll take care of it later.
Mom!
I'll be right there, Deborah.
Hi.
Oh, Mr. Palmer, come in.
I, rang the doorbell, but I guess nobody heard.
Oh, great. Well, add silent doorbell to noisy plumbing.
I tried to phone first, but it's probably better that I tell you what I have to tell you face to face anyway. I'm afraid that the final inspection turns out to be more than just a formality.
Bugs? You mean we've got bugs?
Oh, in entomology, there's a big difference. You see, termites are wood borers. Bugs, on the other hand, have sucking mouth parts which...
Well, borers are suckers. They're still crawly varmints. Well, we better get you folks moved out of here so we can get rid of those pesky critters.
Honey, convert those measurements into yards.
Oh, okay.
Charlotte, do you think you can help us find a place to live?
It's not so easy. Last week of the season, and the whole lake area has been booked up for weeks.
Oh, no.
Now, over on the Nevada side, the poker championships are starting. Oh, boy, last year, Shorty Simmons and the Oklahoma kids were the last two in the game. Well, Shorty's been bluffing the entire time, and he doesn't know... Motels. Motels. Here we are.
I don't believe this mess. What are we, cattle that you can herd from one spot to another?
Hey, don't take it out on me. I'm just the messenger.
Since we're packing anyway, maybe we can go all the way back to New York.
Don't count on it.
What can I count on?
Beats me. But with no accommodations within an hour's drive of here, our fate is in Charlotte's hands. I don't think we have much choice. Besides, she said we could stay there for free.
Well, what do you think? Makes you feel kind of small by comparison, doesn't it?
Charlotte, the lake is going to be here a long time. Can't you give us a tour later after we find a place to stay?
You're standing on the place you're going to be staying.
All right!
Here?
Oh, I had a feeling free was too high a price to pay.
Shirley is brought to you tonight in part by All Temperature Cheer. It cleans in hot, warm, and cold to help keep your clothes looking their best. All Temperature.
Detergent and vitamins. Can't you send cookies like other moms?
She wants you clean and healthy?
She's making sure I do laundry.
Well, all temperature cheer helps clothes look great.
How?
It cleans in the right temperature and reduces wrinkling.
Oh, I'm for less ironing.
See? 3 temperatures. Hot, warm, cold. 1 detergent and less wrinkling. Hey, your mom would be proud. Whites, permanent press, colors.
And with cheer, this is hardly wrinkled.
Can I borrow some?
Sure, but don't touch my vitamins.
All Temperature Cheer. All Temperature.
See for yourself what washing with Cheer can do for your clothes. Look for the All Temperature Cheer money-saving coupon in your mail, worth from 15 to 35 cents. Cheer and the right water temperatures can help keep your clothes looking their best, and we'll put money on it.
Another good checkup.
Daddy's smiling 'cause another checkup went just great today. Crest gives you a lot to smile about. Your mom is smiling, another good checkup, and you can go out and play. Crest gives you a lot to smile about.
With every brushing, the Floristan in Crest builds long-lasting protection for good checkup after checkup after checkup.
So smile, America. Smile and shout away the Crest. Fight your cavities, there's a lot to smile about. Smile, America.
Smile, America. You can count on Crest for good checkup after checkup after checkup.
It's Gus the Pigskin Mule, who booted his pro football team to the Super Bowl. Starring Dick Van Patten, Tom Bosley, Ed Asner, Don Knotts, and Tim Conway. Sunday. On Casper's Halloween special, Harry Scary comes up with some new tricks. Then Witch's Night Out, where a magic wand turns a town upside down. Tuesday on NBC.
I feel like a bellboy.
Never too young to learn a trade. Would you light a fire under him and Michelle? We have a lot of work to do before it gets dark.
Charlotte dug this tent out of the basement. She said it hasn't been used in a while, but it should work out okay.
Looks like our 5-door mistake isn't such a mistake after all.
Is that your way of saying I told you so?
The six-man tent has been inspected and approved.
Skip the endorsements and get to the instructions.
1. Unroll the tent.
It's unrolled already. What next?
Sort all side support brackets according to size, with each group positioned to radiate from the four corners.
Maybe we better go back to the unrolling part.
I can't believe this is what Dad really wanted when he planned us moving here.
We all planned it, and we're all going to try and make the best of it. Think of it as an adventure.
Bloomingdale's during a sale is an adventure. This is the pits.
Come on, Deb. It's like the olden days. Pretend we're pioneers.
Great. Little tent on the prairie.
Push the last support bracket into position, making certain if it's tight against the corner seam.
Come on, push! I'm pushing, I'm pushing! Come on, push! Hurry up and tie the rope!
Hey!
I can't hold it much longer!
All right, who are you? What are you doing here? And when are you leaving?
Help! Help! Hey, get me out of here!
What's going on here?
Help! Get me out of here!
You trespassers, get off my land.
Believe me, if we had someplace else for us to go, I'd be the first to leave.
How'd you come by this tent?
Well, it was loaned to us.
Yeah, after it was stolen from me.
Charlotte's a thief?
I thought she looked suspicious.
Charlotte McHenry give you this? Should have known it was her. All right, get yourself together and get out of here. Don't come squatting around again if you know what's good for you.
Hey, Michelle, what's going on?
Mom, we just got evicted.
Evicted.
Listen, mister, I don't know what's going on around here, but if you're looking for trouble, maybe I...
Sonny boy, don't let your young years make a fool of you.
Go take a walk and cool off.
But let me take care of this
Do
guy.
what your mom says, son.
She's not my mother.
Mr.
Folks around here call me Dutch.
Dutch, why don't you and I discuss this like two adults, all right?
All right, it's a deal.
Thank you very much, Mr.
Dutch.
Dutch.
Well, what'd he say?
He wanted $50 a day rent.
$50? For what? We're living like gypsies.
Deborah, you're going to have to learn to have a little more faith in your mother. I told him our situation, tried to look as helpless as I possibly could. I mean, compared to us, little orphan Annie was the Queen of England.
Way to go.
I think $25 is a reasonable amount.
$25?
25 cents is more like it.
What a ripoff.
Wait till I write George about this.
All right, you kids get out. Told your ma I'd pitch this here tent for you. All right, suit yourself. Come on. Might as well learn something useful.
What should I do?
Here, you.
I'm going to ask Deborah to drive to the store with me to pick up a few things. Do you want to come along?
Right.
No, thanks.
Pull it up.
Need anything?
Push on it. That's the stuff. Come on.
Take care of things while I'm gone, okay?
That's the stuff.
I'll try.
Keep on it, huh?
Charlotte. Took the privilege of making you folks a covered pot. Nothing fancy. Just has to be warmed over the fire.
Oh, that's very thoughtful, Charlotte. Thank you. Say, can you tell me anything about a man called Dutch?
That old walrus been bothering you?
Oh, nothing to worry about. I think I worked everything out.
You work something out with Dutch McHenry, you're a better person than I am. 40-some-odd years that old rascal and me have been tangling. 15 of them as Mr. and Ms., and I never could make a gentleman out of him.
You mean you and Dutch were married?
Really?
Nothing you brag about. But then I was young and foolish, and Dutch was just foolish.
Hello? Hello? Hey, Michelle.
Hi.
Hi. Where are Ham and Michelle?
I don't know. They're around. They were here a little while ago.
I left you in charge.
Yeah, sure, but I...
You let two young children wander off by themselves?
No, not exactly.
Ants in the luggage. Bill, Ham and Michelle were your responsibility. In the future, when you take on an obligation, see it through.
Maybe there won't be a future. Listen, I don't want that kind of responsibility laid on me. I'm not their father. I'm hardly even their brother.
Billy, like to stay and have dinner with us?
What are you having?
Chicken.
Just chicken?
Chicken with potatoes or stovetop stuffing.
Stuffing? I'm staying.
Stovetop stuffing and chicken. It's one meal really worth staying for, because stovetop stuffing instead of potatoes tastes terrific.
You know, I'm free for dinner tomorrow night too, Mrs. Freeling.
You don't say.
Stovetop stuffing instead of potatoes. Ask your family.
Between meals, I like a Snickers.
It's so satisfying.
Snickers just satisfies my hunger.
Ties me over certainly till dinner, yes.
You know how you get kind of hungry in between meals?
I usually eat one around break time.
Every bite that you take is full of nuts.
Satisfying.
Peanuts and peanut butter nougat, caramel and chocolate blended together.
There are a lot of peanuts.
It's packed with them.
Packed with peanuts, Snickers really satisfies.
Satisfying.
Next, on the Rockford Files, Jim uncovers a new twist in the rock and roll murder. Then,
Trinity's in big trouble.
Eyeshide must save the captain from a manslaughter charge later tonight. Jack Nicholson and Louise Fletcher star in the film that won 5 Oscars.
What do you think you are, crazy or something? Well, you're not.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, Sunday on NBC.
Chicago. For the businessman, there's no town like it. If you're smart, competitive, independent, there's no place in the world your business can grow faster. And you'll get a lot of help from the business bank, American National Bank. Whatever business you're in, that's a name to remember. We spend almost all our time working with businesses, and that helps us do a better job. American National Bank. We're the bank for business.
A new government in South Korea, the story on News Center 5 at 10.
Well, maybe one or two things I'm a little rusty on.
Where does the name Tahoe come from?
Oh, it's engine.
What's it mean?
Well, it's on the round of the shirt. It's engine. We'll get to that later. Come on.
Okay. Hey, Mom, look what Dutch gave us.
Where have you been? I've been worried sick.
Dutch was just showing us around. Yeah, and he made us fishing poles and everything.
Go and get ready for supper, both of you.
Well, best we're going. Pleasure seeing you again.
Mr. McHenry, I didn't realize a wildlife expedition would be thrown in with the rent.
Oh, sorry. I meant well, Miss Miller.
I appreciate that. But Hem and Michelle are not Huck Finn and Becky Thatcher. And until they get to know their way around a little better, I would like a lot less wandering and a little more sticking close to home.
Yeah, you're coming through loud and clear, missus. I won't be troubling you or yours again.
What rent?
Well, whatever that is, Charlotte, my love, smells like ambrosia.
That's nothing to what you'll get if you give this nice family any trouble, you hear? Now, you straighten things out with them, or I'll remember that I never got around to divorcing you.
That a promise?
Oh, get.
Boy, if only I was 18 and independently wealthy, had my own airplane and didn't have to do what I was told. Ham, get in here and clean up your junk.
Leave him alone. The kids are helping your mom clean up the campfire. Besides, I want to talk to you.
And another thing that bugs me, you're always saying your mom to me like your sunburned nose or your case of chicken pox.
Oh, yeah? Well, you always make this family sound like some sort of closed corporation that only belongs to you. We had the same father, remember?
Well, you don't work too hard at trying to be part of this family yourself. What do you want to talk about anyway?
We just did.
What do you mean?
I'm about as needed around here as a fistful of thumbs.
You feel that way? Why don't you talk to Mom? I got my own problems.
I can't talk to her. What am I going to say? That she's putting up with me just because of Dad? What am I doing here? I keep asking myself that.
You sound like you're planning to split.
I've been thinking about it. Seriously thinking about it.
Mighty fine body of water, ain't it?
Yeah.
Well, I've been here all my life, except for a spell in the Army. Prospected all over the mountains over there. Yeah. No other place like it on this earth.
Listen, I'm sorry about what happened yesterday.
Forget it, kid. I've probably done the same thing myself. Matter of fact, I sort of admired your spunk. Name's Dutch.
Bill.
Tell me, Billy boy, you got any plans for the near future?
Not really.
Thought you might be looking for work. Got me this little one-man operation over here. Got a few boats to rent, fishing tackle, snack counter. Could use a fellow like you in times of extra work.
Is that a solid offer?
You'll never get a more solid one.
When do I start?
I knew I had you pegged right, Billy boy. You ever done any boating?
No, not too much.
Well, there's not much to it, you know.
How are we doing with the termites?
It's a war, lady. Them against us. We'll beat them.
Hi, you Mrs. Miller?
I am. Glad to see you finally made it.
Yeah. Well, it took us 3 separate driving crews, and how many rigs was that?
Don't say, Ernie.
2 rigs to get here, but everything's safe and sound.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
Looks like you got your hands full, ma'am.
Oh, it's the understatement of the year. But I'm assured we're going to beat them.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, shall we get started?
Where would you like the stuff unloaded?
Better put it in the garage. We'll have to put it in the house ourselves.
All right, Bo, let's hit it.
Yep.
We'll get it done in a jiffy, ma'am.
Okay. Hey, where's the garage at, ma'am?
Don't bother unloading. This is not my furniture.
You must be kidding.
I don't think she's kidding.
I don't understand. I have a letter approving my application and asking me to appear at my earliest convenience for my teaching assignment.
Try to understand, Mrs. Miller. You are at the top of our list, but that doesn't change the facts. Full-time teaching positions are simply not available.
Maybe I should forget about high school. Is there anything on the junior high or elementary school level?
It's the same all over. Funding cutbacks call for larger classes, fewer new projects, smaller teaching staffs. It's substitute teaching or nothing, I'm afraid.
But that's so unsteady. I was counting on this job. We've come all this way. I have children to bring up. Don't tell me I've uprooted all of us for nothing. Give in. I refuse to. I'm just not going to give in.
Shirley is brought to you tonight in part by Prel Concentrate. It's too rich to pour. Just a squeeze will let you go from flat to fluffy.
Squeeze and go from flat to fluffy.
Squeeze.
With Prel Concentrate. Squeeze and go from flat to fluffy.
Squeeze.
And you're gonna look great.
Squeeze. Prel Concentrate is too rich to pour. It's pure shampoo that gently cleans. It leaves no dirt and oil deposits to flatten hair.
No shampoo fluffs your hair fuller.
Prel Concentrate.
Squeeze and go from flat to fluffy.
And get squeezed.
Good night, kids.
Dear, the club dance starts in 1 hour.
Ooh. Have a good time.
Gretchen Clark needs Coast deodorant soap, the eye opener. A crisp, exhilarating scent and handfuls of bubbly lather make you feel more than clean. Refreshing Coast, it actually brings you back to life.
Let's go, Harold. I've got my dancing shoes on tonight.
Bring yourself back to life. Coast deodorant soap, the eye opener.
Oh, my breath. And the mouthwash is missing.
Nope, we're switching to Minty Scope.
Why switch?
That one was medicine-y.
But that one kills germs.
Scope kills germs.
Huh?
And leaves your breath minty fresh.
It kills germs?
Both.
Oh.
Laboratory tests prove that Scope kills mouth germs. Minty fresh Scope fights bad breath, doesn't give medicine breath.
Scope is minty fresh.
And kills germs.
Both.
On Little House, a Halloween dream turns into a nightmare for Albert. Then, in 1865, they called him Boy. 10 years later, they called him Senator. It's the world premiere of Freedom Road, starring Muhammad Ali and Chris Christopherson. They risked their lives on the march down Freedom Road, right after Little House, Monday.
When'd you get back?
A little while ago.
You look like I feel. What's wrong?
Series of disasters, too numerous to mention. Oh, just in from Gotham.
I knew George wouldn't forget. I can't believe it. Why would George say this? He thinks it's time we started seeing other people. Why did we have to move here anyway? It's all your fault. If we could have stayed in New York, none of this would have happened, and George and I would still be together.
Deborah! whole world doesn't revolve around you.
New York was my whole life, and you took it away from me.
You stop to consider your life is where you make it.
None of this would happen if Daddy was still alive.
Isn't true. You know that isn't true. This may come as a big surprise to both of you, but it hasn't been all that easy for me either. I just don't have anybody to complain to.
Hey, wait a minute. If you got problems, you gotta come to me. But no, all you do is give me jobs any dumb kid could do.
Is that how I make you feel?
Yeah, you do. Like an outsider.
You could do something about closing the gap between us, but no, you keep your distance like strangers. Well, we are strangers, Bill.
Well, you're my stepmother.
Since you're on that subject, are you aware you have no name for me? That you've never once called me anything, not anything?
Hello, Miss Miller. Brought another covered pot.
I do know how to cook dinner for my family, thank you. Kids.
Huh? What?
Oh, boy. Come out here. I have something important I want to read to you.
You guys, get up, man.
Tired. What time is it anyway?
It's from your father. He wrote it some time ago, and I hadn't planned on letting you know about it until you were older, or until some time had passed, or until you started asking questions that maybe I couldn't answer. But I don't think it can wait any longer. Addressed to my family. Dear family, it's kind of strange knowing I'm writing something to be read when I'm not around. Especially since I still think of myself as a young man. When family obligations and a very persistent lawyer coerced me into drawing up a last will and testament, just in case, I figure I better cover my bases. Deborah. Your mother in miniature. I'll always love you and always hate the guy you're going to marry, whoever he is. It's not easy being a woman today. So much more is expected of you. Knowing you as I do, you'll probably run for Congress, become a lawyer, doctor, a mother. Or all, or none of the above. But you make it work. Just know that I'm behind you. When things get tough and I'm not there to support or advise, your mother's shoulder is there to lean on. Use it. It can make the difference. Him. The male of the species with a heart. I remember when your mother and I brought you home from the hospital, all pink and pudgy, totally independent. I wanted to cuddle you, to hold your bottle, but as soon as you were old enough, you'd have none of it. I remember your first steps, falling down, bumping your head. how you force back the tears. The only advice I can give you, son, advice learned the hard way. Not to hide your feelings. Not to pretend it doesn't hurt when it really does. Remember, it's not unmanly to cry. Shall. My baby. My final contribution. In a funny sort of way, you have the benefits of all the hard-learned lessons earned at the expense of those before you. The last to be born. The first to show signs of genius. Please forgive me for laziness born of children before you. Know in your heart that every hurdle you cross, every book you read, every success you earn is appreciated and applauded by a father who loves you as deeply as he loves life itself. Well, now that I've gone through most of the maudlin stuff, one last thing I'd like to make clear. Since I'm not there to remind you personally, when the world presses in on you, when the outside threatens to tear you apart, close ranks. Forget any petty disagreements among yourselves and band together. Something very precious binds you one to another. Family. Keep it that way. I love you all deeply, and I'm sorry not to be there to see you through the tough times. Your father. Bill. He wrote this in longhand shortly before he died. It's to you. Bill, my firstborn, last to know. We never had enough time together to establish a real friendship. When I opened that door, you walked back into my life. Is it possible it was only a week ago? The lost years we hadn't spent together dropped away. I'm so glad you came home. I've missed you, son. And I hope you see enough of me and those around you to miss me as much. You're still with the family when I'm gone. I know you'll take the lead and bring what support you can to the people that need you. Love, Jake. Okay, guess it's time to go to sleep.
Last night. I tried. I really tried to psych myself into pretending, but you're not my mother. I can't call you mother. I was hoping that since I'm gonna stick around a while, Is it okay if I call you Shirley?
Of course. It's my name, isn't it?
Yeah, right. Hey, can I carry that for you? I forgot to mention before, but I got a part-time job.
Oh, that's great.
It's not too much money, but should help some.
Good morning.
Morning.
Need some help?
All hands welcome. How about scrambled eggs and bacon?
Great.
Want me to cook the bacon? I need the practice.
Please.
I didn't mean it, you know.
Mean what?
That I hate everything here. I couldn't, because I like all of you.
What a coincidence. We like all of you.
I mean, I never really liked George. I mean, I don't think it was going anywhere with us. He was kind of a creep.
You said it, I didn't.
Oh, late time in the morning.
Never too late to do the right thing. Or too early.
Good morning.
Morning, Miss Miller. Good morning. Deborah, crack some more eggs. We have guests for breakfast.
Oh, Miss Miller, you don't have to feed us.
Miss Miller, it's come to my mind that I made a small miscalculation. This ground you're on here, it's, well, the surveyor, they got in the corner. Anyway, I found out that it's not my land. It belongs to the state. It's a part of the national forest. So, it just got mixed up on the boundaries. My land, right, corners. Anyway, you don't owe me any rent.
Oh, Dutch, that's wonderful. Thank you.
How do you like your bacon, Dutch? Soft or charred?
Any way you want to cook it, Billy boy. Get a chance to find out what kind of a short order cook you are, huh?
Near forgot that termite fellow came by.
The house is all ready. You can move in anytime you want.
Oh, that's wonderful.
What's for breakfast? I'm hungry. Lend a hand.
Guess what, kids? We can move into the house.
We can?
Yes. Isn't that exciting?
Wow.
Tomorrow. Tomorrow.
No little cinnamon gum freshens breath longer than Big Red.
So kiss a little longer, hug a little longer, state your case a little longer, longer with Big Red. That Big Red freshness lasts right through it. Your fresh breath goes on and on while you chew it. Say goodbye a little longer, make it last a little longer. Give your breath long-lasting freshness with Big Red.
Welcome to 4B, new neighbor. Another casserole, thanks. You're all making me feel right at home.
Should have left the plastic home. It's coming off.
Oh, sometimes plastic wraps cling, sometimes they don't. You can always rely on Reynolds Wrap. It molds to any bowl. And to make it tight and secure, just zip. You can reheat in Reynolds Wrap, too. Like to stay for dinner?
Sure.
Love to.
Buy it now and get a 35-cent coupon on specially marked cartons of 200-foot Reynolds Wrap.
Bucket time.
terrific.
Welcome to Tahoe.
Wednesday, it's a spooky Real People Halloween special. Then Drummond competes with Cousin Jethro to become the boy's legitimate father.
Up until now, you've been illegitimate.
Different strokes. Then Ruthie's growing up too fast for Dad.
The first kid that touches you dies.
Hello, Larry. It's a great night of comedy Wednesday on NBC. Wednesday, it's the best of Saturday Night Live with the Coneheads, Rosanna Dana, Samurai Taylor, and Mr. Bill. It's a best of Saturday Night Live Halloween treat.
Now that's a party.
Next week on Shirley, Shirley lands her first job in Tahoe as paymaster to a construction crew. Dealing with the kids is a piece of cake compared to her hard-hatted, tough-hearted boss. Shirley Jones stars as Shirley next Friday night. Stay tuned now for the Rockford Files. Then, Eyeshide's right-hand man is accused of manslaughter. Both tonight on NBC.
This is Dennis Weaver, and I'm asking you to support UNICEF on behalf of the millions of needy children in the world. You know, I've seen what can be done with even a small donation, like seeds to grow nutritious vegetables, or a pump to give a village a clean water supply. Every little bit helps. So do something for UNICEF this fall.
This is NBC News Update, brought to you by Sominex. Here is John Dancy.
Good evening. South Korean President Park Chung-hee is dead. The government says he was shot by accident, but martial law has been declared in the country, and his prime minister, Choi Kyu-ha, has taken over as president. U.S. troops there have been put on increased alert as a warning to North Korea. A helicopter carrying Dominican Republic President Antonio Guzman has crashed and burned just east of Santo Domingo. His fate is unknown. Secretary of State Vance says the U.S. is not sure South Africa tested a nuclear device last month, but he says if they did, it would be dangerous and destabilizing. The Carter administration has asked 20 major oil companies for profit data so the government can see whether they violated anti-inflation guidelines. I'm John Dancy in Washington. More news later on this NBC station.
Those times when you have trouble falling asleep, try Sominex, America's #1 selling sleep aid. It helps make you drowsy so you can fall asleep. You can rest assured with Sominex.
Punch fights for his life, and John is after the man responsible.
Supercycle? The Supercycle, Joe.
It's the only way Chips can stop him. Then BJ's a prisoner of love and the law.
Yep, Pop.
Then Sloan gambles his life against a deadly microbe from Venus that could devastate the Earth. 3 thrill-packed hours, Saturday.
Nabisco gives rise to a remarkable cracker. New Wheatsworth Stone Ground Crackers.
Stone ground wheat flour with a touch of sesame make a delicate taste with a difference.
Try Wheatsworth with soup. Wheatsworth with salad. Wheatsworth with cheese.
A delicate taste with a difference.
Wheatsworth Stone Ground Crackers, new from Nabisco.
Some people think this is the best place to look at Chicago. But for my money, the best place to look at Chicago is right here on Channel 5. Rockford, Quincy, their little house on the prairie. Besides, for sheer suspense, you can't beat Channel 5. I mean, you never know who's going to be filling in for Johnny tonight.
For entertainment, news, sports, local programming, the best
place
to
look
at Chicago
is
Channel 5.
Toulouse-Lautrec, over 100 paintings now on exhibit, Art Institute of Chicago.
LP, chip platinum. However, 300,000 bootleg copies hit the stands at the same time ours did.
Bernie Salco murder somebody and then bury them on his own property?